Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've posted a video. I just thought I'd give a quick update so you can see what I've been up to. As you can see behind me, I've put in a mini split air conditioning system, insulated the shop, and we also covering the walls with 1/2 inch plywood. I've got half the shop done downstairs. We also did upstairs with insulation. It's comfortable in here now. I don't mind staying out here all day. But I also picked up a little project, something new I wasn't expecting to get, that will be kind of like a fill-in project as I'm working on my truck. And before I do any of that, though, I have after the shop is finished, I have to work on my Fox Body Mustang. I've got some engine work I need to do on it. I think I may have hurt something playing around with it. But let me show you what I've been up to. This is my '89 LX Mustang 5.0. I've got a Vortex supercharger on it. I don't know if it's really my style. It's a nice car. Got saline wheels on it, 5-lug conversion, 4-wheel disc brakes, T5 manual, and the interior is pretty nice. You know, I've done a little bit of work to it. Under the hood, it's mostly a stock engine, stock cam, stock heads on it, and but it does have long tube headers, X pipe, and then you know, I wasn't happy with that, of course. I mean, it was sporty enough, but I added the Vortex supercharger on it, and that really upped its game. It puts out, I think, around 9 pounds of boost at about 5,000. And when you get 5,500, it's about 10 pounds. So without an intercooler, you don't really want to run it past that. I did have it tuned on a chassis dyno. It puts out at 5,000, because he only took it up to 5,000 RPM. He didn't want to take it past that. It 340 rear wheel horsepower and 380 foot-pounds of torque, but it was still rising. But I think those heads and cam were going to give out soon on airflow. But it's developed this weird sound to it, so last time I drove it, it didn't sound too good, so I'm going to have to do some investigation on there. That'll be after I finish the shop. That'll be the next thing that comes in here ahead of my truck. You know, I've been kind of tempted to do a heads, cam, and intake swap on this, because these things could put out quite a bit, but then I'm going to run into all other expenses and problems too. The T5 transmission is, you know, going to be the weak link. It's already taxed beyond what it's really rated for right now, so I think I'm just going to be happy with it like it is. And like I said, I'm not sure that this is really my style, this car, so I may send it down the road eventually and make room for something else. Speaking of which, I have a new project kind of fell into my lap, and let me show you. Under this tarp is my new project. I don't know, most of you guys probably do the same as I do, and browse Craigslist and looking for projects or cars or just window shopping. Well, this time it bit me in the ass, because not really. I found something in my search. I had ideas for something much rougher and something I could do some radical modifications to, but this, as soon as I saw it, I knew I was going to buy it, because this is actually a project that's probably 47 years ago I had done, and it was interrupted by a fire, and this is almost identical. And believe it or not, this thing was last driven in 2003, and it caught fire in the same way, and it's been sitting there, and the gentleman sold it to me, and I think I'm gonna kind of continue on my project from all that time ago. Let me pull the tarp. Okay, before you unsubscribe from my channel and think I've gone off my rocker, there's a story behind there and a good reason I picked this up. Um, I'll put some pictures in here. You can see when I was a teenager, this was the first car I ever drove on the road of my own. This 62 Volkswagen Beetle. I got it when I was 16 or 15, worked on it over the summer. When I was 16, I was driving it. As you can see, in the pictures, I repainted mine, did all the body work, rebuilt the motor. And actually, when I met my wife, uh, that's what we had our first date in, is that car. So, and I still have my wife, and I thought it would be kind of cool to do it up in the same way. Right now, my plans are just to get it running, and it's actually a pretty clean specimen. Like I said, this caught fire. The engine's out of it right now. I have the engine, which I'm going to rebuild. So nothing in there, but he was able to put it out pretty quick. It was this guy that I bought it from has owned it since '97, and he's kept it indoors. As there's a couple places that are like this is Bondo from a previous owner that had a little accident, but otherwise it's a pretty solid car. It's got a rag top, which is a desirable feature on these cars, and it's got, the interior is pretty original. You know, it's got some character to it. So I'm just going to get it running. And actually, I went to move it on the tow truck. It would not roll. All four wheels were frozen. The brakes were frozen up, and as you can see, the front one is still locked up. When we took it off the truck, it had to skid, that one. So I got to fix that, get the motor running, and I want to get it where I could drive it on the street without spending very much money, and then see where it goes from there. But that'll be like a fill-in project. Just I'm going to try to put minimal effort and minimal money in it to get it running. Here's the motor that came with it. It was running and driving when it caught fire, and he took apart some of the stuff that I guess checking for other damage. But the motor is not seized up or anything. It does spin, so I don't think it'll be a hard fix. Here's the culprit of why it had a fire on this carburetor. This little fitting presses into where the float bowl is, and I think it popped out, got on the exhaust, and caught it on fire. If you look at a lot of old Volkswagens, you'll see scorch marks. That's how I lost my. Actually, that's not exactly how I lost mine. I had one of these shitty. I had a glass filter here, and it failed, and that's what caused my fire. So a few lessons learned. But anyhow, I'm going to try to put this together as cheaply as possible and just get it running and driving and see where I go from there. Well, thanks for watching, and I just wanted to give a quick update. Some of you might have thought I fell off the face of the earth, but please follow along on. I will be getting back on the truck as soon as I can, and like I said, I have to do the Mustang first, get it tended to, see what's going on there. I'll probably post a video of what I'm doing there, and I appreciate you watching, and see you next time.